I found these pretty cool diggings here. This is a deep shaft here, and yeah, so I've come across this area here. We're gonna have a look down here real quick, go through all of that, try and explore what's going on here, and yeah, you're watching the Unlucky Prospector. Kind of they dug around down there. There's a massive mound here, but yeah, this one's a pretty big one. Usually when you throw a rock down there, you hear a dunk, dunk, dunk. But I think this one sounds a little different. If you have a listen, hopefully it comes through good. It's quite deep, so I'm not going to go any further than this. But have a listen. I think it smashes into rocks. Like there's a bunch of rocks down there. Might have been collapsed. And have a listen. Anyway, someone's had a good go here, so I'm going to have a look around here and try my luck. I've got my machine over there. I turned it off. I'm going to hop up here. There's a tree here maybe I can lean on. It's yeah, so it's a good vantage point where I can kind of have a look out. But yeah, I'm not going nowhere near that edge. That's fairly deep. But look at this down here. So they dug down there. There's not much over there. Oh, there might be one right in there on that hill. I'm going to have a look there too. So I'm going to check all these sides. Check this hill, this mound. Through here. It's all dug out. Couple of holes. One here. One over there, and it continues down that way. Bit of work here, so I'm going to keep looking. I'm pretty determined to find one piece of gold today. So yeah, but they don't call me the Unlucky Prospector for nothing. Okay, that's a waste pile. See in here, it's cut out and all dug out. Now, I'm just going to hop down here, have a look what's going on here. Did they go in very far, or did they sink a hole up the top there and dig in this way? You kind of see that, and it kind of comes up. It's pretty interesting why it's dug down, similar to an adit, but it stops there. So, let's go have a look, see if I can climb back up here. I'll leave the machine running. Just sitting on its side, making a bit of noise. Right, let's go have a look. So it comes down here and in, but it kind of looks like they've stopped about here, doesn't it? So that wasn't that far in. It stops about here. Okay. And then there's this hole. Maybe, okay, there's a hole down there too, but that's not that way. So this is the workings that we were following through here. And there's a hole there. It could have been that hole down there. I reckon it could have been like a drive coming that way, and it could have swung out that way, like a T intersection, and they bring this stuff out there. And this hole here, there's probably like a fairly large area here, and it's sunken in, I reckon, and all this dirt has fallen and it's kind of covered it up. So I'm not game enough to hop in there. Don't know how deep that is, but that's my opinion on it. So I've come not 50 meters away from there, and I found another one leading into here. Nice spider there, is it? Step over that. There's fallen trees and stuff. I haven't been up the top over here, but we're We're gonna go have a quick squiz. All right. This one comes in, and the same thing, it's kind of closed off there. But definitely activity here. It doesn't look like much, but it's the same thing. There's a hole there that goes, or was, a T intersection, and all this is collapsed in. I'd say under all here there was tunnels, and they were taking all the stuff out, and over the years it's caved in over this side, which I'm going to keep going that way for a little bit. There is kind of a difference. There's a rock wall thing that they've built there in the olden days. All the mullock heaps are there on the sides of the hills. There is a little bit of quartz, but there's all this stone, and then there's some other rock that keeps sending off the machine little targets. But yeah, we're gonna keep investigating. It's been pretty cool so far, even though we haven't found anything. We're looking at the ground, we're learning something, and we're experiencing the bush. Figured it out, that other shaft that we said up the top there on that hill, where I said it sounded like it was crashing on other rocks, that leads all the way to here where we've been, over here and then down here, and the two adits that come into the drive. There's that mound over there, and here's the second adit that's closed off. So these have come in. That shaft up there, that was sunken real deep, and then they've dug this way towards the camera, and they've needed to extract the material, so they've dug in two adits into the drive. This is my take of it. And then they've taken out the waste piles here and over there, the waste piles. It kind of stops just past that waste pile, and it hooks around the corner and down into kind of, yeah, that dip there, and it kind of all just fizzles out. So definitely they've dug through here and made a drive. I don't know if they would have found gold. There are a few lumps and bumps. There's supposed to be a couple of shafts around here. I'm going to check out all these lumps and bumps areas just to mix it up a bit, do something different, see what sort of targets I can get. So yeah, let's do it. I'm cruising around here, checking out these lumps and bumps, looking for a bit of gold. Going to be doing a bit of recording this morning. It's pretty nice and lush, so hopefully I'll find a bit, but even if I don't, I'm going to go out here and explore. Just look at it. Where else would you want to be? So there's all these rock piles here, and that's not quartz, it's some sort of a rock, so maybe bedrock or something, but see all the rock piles. I know there's a shaft up here, so they must have bring all this. It's probably going to be a fairly deep one, so we're going to have a look around and see if we can find anything. We did give that a quick scan. There were some pieces of lead in there, which is getting a bit frustrating. There's another pile there, so we're going to find these workings or shaft and scan around that. So we found it a little bit further down. There's a mound around it. Obviously they dug it out. See if I can get a picture down there. It's quite deep. There is a tiny little bit of quartz over there, but they took a lot out of here, so I'm going to have a bit of a look, go around some other areas, but it's still nice just to be out here. I've come downhill, and I think, can you see that along there? That edge in between these two trees? I can see something, imagining, and it swings down and around. So I'm going to start off down there, and then I'm going to head my way back up that way. So I'm going to have a bit of an investigation around here. Sometimes you have to use your imagination and have a think about it. I'll show you the other side of what I'm talking about, where I kind of want to head. See here? And it looks like it goes up to there. So I'm going to check this area, because if that shaft up on top of that hill did produce gold, there's no other places that look like tracks. So to me, this looks like a track. If that place up on top of the hill here did produce gold, they bring it down to this track and probably exited the bush that way. Whew. So I dug this massive hole, and I got this piece out of here, but it was going off its head, and I almost was going to give up, and I kind of blanking out the machine. Looks like rust to me. Let's have a look. I thought it was rust, but you can see a bit of... Yeah, I think it's going to be a piece of rust. There's probably more in the hole. I'll put this... What's this one? There's nothing. I got this one on the side, so let's put this down the hole. If it is, then it's rust. No. Okay. I think it is rust though. I'll go and get my bottle of water out the bag and wash it just in case, but yeah. I gave it a good wash. Can you see that? Look at that bit there up the top. Looks like the head or something, and there's the bottom, like a big bolt or something. It's quite old, so it's got a square head, but it's quite deep. So this is still on that track, but we're gonna keep looking here. It's a target anyway, so it's something. I'm gonna fill in this hole now and keep going up this track. There has been obviously activity, because bolts don't grow in the ground pretty much. So I'm going to have a look around here a bit more. Maybe it was a modern track. Who knows? I just found like an old fire pit. There's no coals in there or anything. I don't know. Is that probably from fire, or... I think so. There's a bit of old wood there. So maybe that was a really, really, really old track. Yeah, I'm going to walk down this area, down here. There's a bit of a clearing, and then it kind of goes into what could have been, I don't know, where water flowed or something, but I'm going to have a look down there and see what happens. It's all part of the game. You've got to get out there and explore this area. It is quite not really a popular area, but there are, you know, things like here. There's a bit of quartz around this area, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm having a look. Oh, that's interesting. An old trail cam. Someone set this up, and obviously don't know why it's just kicked back here on the ground, whether they dropped it, lost it. Obviously it has batteries in there, and you set it up or whatever. Should be long gone, I reckon. Don't look too old, but somebody's either found it and smashed it, or the person's dropped it. Wonder what they were doing, having a trail cam here, what they're looking for. That was a bit of an adventure. No gold today. Again, what can you do? Keep looking. It's a process of elimination. You will find gold. I know I'm going to another spot next week, and we're going to try and find a couple of pieces there with the new coil that we got on the machine. We did go down the other section where I found that track and everything like that. Yeah, I just make it up in my head, tell myself that little story. Could be true, could be wrong, but yeah, sometimes that's the way it is when you're the unlucky prospector.